Hey everyone! I know it's been like a super long time since I made a video and I'm really sorry. It's just been really crazy with school and I got engaged, so now there's this whole wedding thing going on and it's really exciting, but it also means I'm really busy all the time. But I wanted to make a video updating things and kind of starting a project, so I kind of figured you might as well follow me on that project. So for Valentine's Day, besides getting me these three dozen gorgeous roses from my fiance, which smell so pretty and they're really awesome, my fiance also got me this gorgeous fabric, which I'm really excited about. Can you see it? It's got like buttons on it and little like sewing labels and thimbles and tape measures. That's great, and it's really nice because it's like just busy enough to be interesting, but it's not so busy that it gives you a headache or you feel like there's too much to look at, because the color scheme is all pretty simple. Like, it's kind of got the olive greens and the golds and then touches of pink, but it's all in the same tone. So that makes it really great. And then I got a zipper. I got some buttons. I have like more of these too. And then I'm going to be getting some trim. And I have this trim, it's blue, but I think I'm going to get some green. And of course, by now you're asking, why do you need all these things? You haven't even shown us what you're making. So I'm going to make a little jumper skirt, kind of like this one. I think it's going to be pretty similar to this. So I want to get some other color to kind of put a sash. I might put a bow or something around there. And then just some trim to go down here and maybe up here somewhere, and a little bit of lace. Who knows? My things kind of tend to evolve into things when I'm making them, so we'll see what it ends up. But this says the jump start point. So I have my fabric washed, which is always important. Always make sure you wash your fabric, especially if it's cotton. There's some fabrics you won't want to wash, but for me, I wash all of my clothes like it's a thing, and so I always wash it beforehand so it doesn't shrink. You know, basic stuff like that. So I got out my sloper pattern, and so these are my sloper patterns that I did last April. So it's been almost a year since I redid them, and so I checked some of my measurements and I kind of made some changes. So like here I redid it, and like I'm moving where the bust darts are, and I had to change some of the measurements just around and arm's eye and things like that. So I will be doing a test of this one, but since what I'm making doesn't have sleeves, I'm not too worried about it, because the thing that I'm most concerned about with this sloper, which is why I want to test it before I make a blouse, is the shoulder pitch is really important. So I want to make sure that's correct. I want to make sure the neckline is correct, so if I put on a collar, I'll know it's in the right place. I want to make sure the arm's eye is good, so it's not too low, it's not too high, it's sitting right in the muscle joint where it needs to. So I need to test this, but I'm not going to be doing that today. Today I'm just patterning my dress. So I have a video up already on patterning skirt gores, so I'm not going to be going over that, but I'm just going to show you kind of where I'm at with patterning the bodice of this dress. Excuse me, flowers. Thank you. So I took my sloper and I traced it all onto this big piece of brown paper. Da-da-da. And I know it's not very easy to see, so I'm going to kind of talk through it. But I'm going to try my very best. So on the front piece, I always start out drawing style lines. Can you even see that? You probably can't, can you? Oh look, if I angle it like that, you kind of can. So anyways, foggy. That does not. So what I did, and I'll put a link to my blog post. I like have this totally active blog now too, guys, just so you didn't know, or just in case you didn't know. Where I post a lot more stuff there now, because it's easier to type something up. Like, I'm not even dressed today because I have to go run a show in like half an hour. Anyways, so I'll have better pictures up there. But I always draw style lines first. So it's pretty easy. As you can see on this bodice, like we have a sweetheart neckline. And then these little style lines here. And then obviously where the waist is going to sit and where the underbust is. And how this one is going to work is it's going to gather down here and gather down here. So what I'm patterning off right now is going to be the facing. What's going to go underneath to kind of hold it all together. And pretty much in this stage, you just draw like exactly where you want those lines to go. Like you can even make a sloper and put it on and like draw on the sloper so that you can have a visual. And then it's just a matter of like cutting the pieces apart and taking the darts and moving them into the seam. So like if you have an inch for a side bust dart, just take that inch and squeeze it down here and change the shape of it a little bit. And yeah, and that's how you do that. And so I'm working on that right now. It's a pretty straightforward thing. Like it just has a zipper in the back and stuff. So that's where I'm at with that. So kind of as I move forward with this, we'll progress. Once I have it all patterned out, I'll take a picture of all the pieces and kind of try to explain how I got there, and we'll see. Who knows? So that's pretty much all I was gonna make this video about. Is that I'm doing things and I'm alive and I'm not dead. It's pretty much it. Yep. So I'm gonna go work on this, and then I'm gonna go do homework, and then I'm gonna go make a lot of people change their clothes really fast, because that's what I do. So I hope you all had a really great Valentine's Day, and be sure to check out my blog if you want to see more things about handmade Lolitas and meetups and life and stuff like that. Like if you watch this video, probably would read that blog. Anyways, I'm gonna go wear black and be sad, so bye! Just kidding. The pictures will be down below, but I wanted to kind of go through and explain things a little bit better, because now I cut them out. So this is the bodice front. Up top here, it's going to be the facing. So you can see that this piece fits in my sloper right here like this. So I have like the dart there. Here's the bottom dart. Here's where the side dart was. So I just drew on here these lines, and then I cut it out, and then I moved the darts. And as you can see, this dart I closed up because I didn't want to have a side dart there. So I just slashed at the top and slashed down here and moved it up, which opened up this dart and made it wider. So now instead of being, you know, like a 1/4 of an inch, this dart is now 1/2 an inch. But since this is my facing, I'm okay with having a dart there. So I left that there, and I will sew this together like this, and then it will fit like this. And I'm going to cut it on the fold. I don't know if you can see all my scratchy notation. So that's how I got this piece, and then in my design, it is gathered down here around the bust. So I took this piece and I traced this top line and this bottom line, but I added some extra here and extra here. So now I have this piece, which is going to be the piece you see. As you can see, this fits right here, fits right over top of that, and down here, it fits right down here. But there's about 2.5 inches extra in length, so that way I can gather that all up down to this piece, and this will hold it all in place. And then for the back's pretty straightforward. Like I just drew a line where it's going to end, and generally the back will have a curve up here, but I want the back to actually dip down just a little bit, so I'm going to just cut it straight across. And if I don't like that, I can always move that around with seam allowance, and we'll see. And then below where the bust is, I just have a couple style lines. So here's that, like this. And what I did was I cut out the extra from the dart, and then I moved, because my dart was starting here, and you can kind of see the remnant of it, but because of my design, I wanted the dart to start more closer to the bust point and then angle inward to create the illusion of thinness. So I just moved my dart over to where I wanted the majority of the seam to be, and then I cut that out, and then I fit it together to make sure that these lines make a pretty line. And this will just go right like this. So I have that all patterned out. Now I can cut it all out and sew it together and put it in my skirt, and it's going to be all sorts of fun. So that's what I'm talking about when I say, and then you just draw lines and cut it apart. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Anyways, y'all have a great week, and I'll talk to you later.